What is life about? What is your philosophy of life? Is life a battle or is life a game? You see, we become the stories we tell and believe. Keep that in mind. As I tell you, a very, very old story. This was in China many centuries ago, and this story has been passed down for just as long. Here, there was a mentor, the teacher. And he had his student who was always rushing and always asking questions about how can I become a master faster? Master, how can I become a master faster? And the teacher would often simply ignore it, and it would frustrate the boy. So he would persist more. He would try harder. And then the master gave the boy a seed. And this seed came from the great Chinese bamboo. He says, plant the seed. He goes, that's it? He's like, plant the seed. Here in this part of the world, the master-student relationship was more like an apprenticeship. It was like a job. It was like almost like being in the military or going to like a military school. But they're not fighting, they're learning about life from someone who was older and wiser. So the boy plants the seed and says, now what? He goes, you must take care of it. You must nurture it every day. Cannot neglect it. You must water it. Or make sure it's fertilized. And the boy asks what? How can I make it faster? I want it to grow now. The master ignores him. So the boy follows the instructions, and each day he comes over and he nurtures the plant. Wait for it to break through the crust of the earth and show itself. Just wants it to sprout. After a few days, the boy goes to the master and says, it's not working. There's something wrong with the seeds. The master ignores him. He says, carry on. So the boy, trusting his master, knowing that he has had great success in his life, and many wise people come to him for advice, continued. And many times along the next few weeks, he wanted to go ask the master. He says, carry on. So he continued to water his plant. He started talking to it. And he kept begging with it and pleading with the seed to sprout. And he's convinced there's something wrong with it. It's just not working. So he goes to the master and says, there's something wrong with this. I'm trying so hard, yet nothing is happening. There's something wrong with these seeds or the earth or the water. There's something wrong with it. The master looks dead into his eyes. He goes, you will not ask me these questions anymore. Then he looked deep into his soul and said, there are laws of nature. And when you follow the laws of nature, things come to fruition. Water your seeds. Allow the sun to strike the earth, and that earth is fertilized with nutrients. It will sprout. It must sprout. It is law. So he continued for an entire year, and nothing happened. Knowing not to question his master, he says, well, I'll prove him wrong. I'll keep doing it, and it's never going to happen. Now, the boy has other chores, other teachings, so he just starts forgetting about it almost, but still doing it because it's part of his daily checklist, which he reports to. So he continues to nurture and water the seeds. After a year, nothing. So he's like, I'm right. Second year, nothing. No sprout, nothing. Third year, not even a little crack in the earth. But he continues, he perseveres, he does the little things each day. 4 years it's been. Nothing has happened. So on the beginning of the 5th year, the student goes to the master. Says, Master, you have taught me many things. But this seed thing with the bamboo, there's something wrong. It's not working. It should have sprouted by now. The master says, what do you know about seeds? What do you know about bamboo? And the boy says, only what I have heard from others and what you have taught me. And what have I taught you? That if I do the little things like water it and nurture it, make sure it has fertilizer and the sun is striking the earth, that it must grow. You said it's a law of nature. He goes, yes, carry on. So the boy carries on, just kind of like, all right, whatever. But it's been so long now, he's not really concerned about it. It's just a habit. He's just doing it every day. And he starts to have fun with it and talks to his little seeds. And then something miraculous happens. After 5 years of continuous effort, of consistent nourishment, the bamboo breaks the surface. Then what happens? In 6 weeks, Chinese bamboo can grow to 90 feet. So the boy goes to his master and says, I cannot believe this. It just sprouted, and now just 6 weeks later, it's been 5 years. It's 90 feet, taller than the tallest building. And the master looks at his student, now much older, and about to become wiser. So how long did it take the bamboo to grow to such a height? And the boy proudly says, 6 weeks. The master looks down, he looks away, and he looks at his student. Without taking a single breath, he says, what do you think was happening during those 5 years of your constant attention and nurturing? The watering each day, the sun, always rising, always setting. The earth, as things decompose, the fungus and the creatures in the earth fertilizing the soil. What do you think was happening? I will tell you. That seed created a massive network of roots that created a foundation that allowed it to grow massively, to grow 90 feet in 6 weeks. But it was not 6 weeks. It was 5 years of continuous effort, of patience, of focus, and concentration. 5 years plus 6 weeks. We live in a world where everyone is looking for shortcuts, where people do not want to do the little things that lead to massive results, but only over time. Winston Churchill, the great leader, said it best. Continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential. It's the little things, the small daily habits that lead to massive results over time, but they must be done consistently and relentlessly even if it doesn't seem as if it's working. Self-mastery is the gateway to living greatly.
You tap into the real you, but you have to retrain yourself. The way you retrain yourself is you wake your ass up in the morning and you say, I am here for a reason and a purpose. And it's bigger than my moods. It's bigger than the difficulties of the day. I am here to live like a lion, not the fear of a lamb.